be here. And it is certainly kind of steamy in here. For an Englishman, that's for sure. You guys, I don't know what's going on this time of the year. It's seriously warm. Okay. So come on, what is beauty? Could we catch that on film, please? Look, as a photographer, it's been my job to capture beautiful photographs, to capture beauty, no matter where I train my lens. That's what I'm booked for, and that's what I always try to do. The question of beauty is an eternal question. It's a question that scholars and experts have asked each other over the millennia. Princesses, queens, women, you name it, fashion editors, everybody right now, and has been for the past 1,000 years or more, have talked about beauty. What is it? How do we obtain it? And I've got to say, you ladies, and men too, but ladies specifically, you give yourselves a really hard time. And in this day and age, people put themselves under the knife all too often. Chopping bits off, putting bits on. Both happen, with men more the other part. And unbelievably, you know, we think about beauty, we talk about beauty, and there's this subject in magazines, there's debate back and forth, there's how to do this, 10 tricks to do that, lose weight, you're going to be happier when you're skinny, yet when you're skinny, everyone's like, oh, you're too skinny, what's wrong with you? And when you put on weight, a celebrity puts on 10 pounds, the media goes, oh my goodness, what's she done? She's put on a bunch of weight, look at this horrible picture of her on the beach. Poor Tyra in her swimsuit, if you remember. The reality is, none of this has anything to do with beauty. I decided to write this book 4 years ago. It was when the first thought came into my mind, and I started thinking about beauty just as a general idea. But I didn't put pen to paper until about 2 years ago, when my son, my little boy called Jack, he's 4.5 now, but he was 2.5 then, and he had a show and tell, and he had to go in and talk about what his parents did, what the job was. And he knew that I was a photographer, but he asked me, he said, Daddy, you're a photographer, but what do you do? And I said to him very candidly and flippantly, oh, I take beautiful pictures, Jack. I wanted him to, you know. And he looked at me, and his first question was like, Dada, what's beautiful? And I looked at him and was like, I said, beautiful is your mother. I said, beautiful is confidence. Beautiful is spontaneity. And he just looked at me like I was crazy, got on a scooter and ran off. But I realised I started really thinking about this. And that night I sat down and I sat at a table and I started writing down words. Authentic, honest, humour, motivated. You know, what is it that makes someone alluring? And of course, as a photographer who's worked in a business for 20 years, I've cast many a person, I've hired many an individual for a photo shoot, I'm a filmmaker, I've made multiple films, I've hired actors and I've hired models to be in my films, and I also look for people when I'm shooting documentaries that are going to inspire and are going to make my film alive. And so much of that, and I would say 100% of that, is because of who they are.